Welcome back my channel Rare Coin World. Today video top 7 Liberty Wheat Penny, officially known as the Lincoln. Wheat cent is one of the most iconic coins in American history. It was first minted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin was produced from 1909 to 1958 and went through several changes during that time. Early issues, especially those from 1909 with the designer's initials VDB, became instantly famous among collectors. The wheat penny was made mostly of bronze containing 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it its distinct reddish-brown color. Let's watch the video. This penny, 1958, Liberty Wheat Penny, tucked away in a jar drawer or even in your loose change, you might be sitting on a coin that's far more valuable than you think. What looks like an ordinary penny could actually be worth a surprising amount, especially to collectors hunting for high-grade or rare varieties. Stick around till the end of this video because we'll reveal its actual worth according to eBay online auctions and collector platforms, and I'll also explain how you can sell yours for the highest possible price. The Liberty Wheat Penny, first introduced in 1909, was designed by Victor David Brenner to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse features Lincoln's portrait, capturing his determined gaze and finely detailed features, while the reverse displays 2 wheat stalks framing the words, 1 cent and United States of America. By 1958, this iconic design had been in circulation for nearly 5 decades, making it a familiar and treasured piece of American history. In 1958, the Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with the Denver Mint carrying the D Mint mark. Millions of these coins were produced, but the value of any individual coin depends largely on its condition, rarity, and any special minting characteristics or errors it might have. While circulated pennies generally remain near face value, coins in uncirculated condition, those with errors, or those showing exceptional detail, can command significantly higher prices. Condition is the first key factor. Coins that are uncirculated with sharp details on Lincoln's haircoat and the wheat stalks are highly sought after. A 1958 wheat penny in MS-63 condition can sell for a few dollars, but higher grades like MS-65 or MS-66 can fetch between $10 and $30 coins. With pristine surfaces, strong luster, and attractive toning often sell for even higher amounts, attracting serious collectors. Errors and rare varieties take value to an entirely different level. Double die obverses, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, and die cracks are among the most valuable features. For example, a 1958 D penny with a noticeable double die obverse has sold for several $100 on eBay, showing just how much collectors are willing to pay for unique or unusual coins. Full wheat detail is another crucial factor. Coins with clear, fully struck wheat stalks are especially prized and can fetch higher premiums among registry collectors. Proof coins from 1958 are another area of interest. These were produced primarily at the San Francisco Mint, intended for collectors and not general circulation. Proof pennies exhibit mirror-like surfaces and sharply defined details. High-grade 1958s. Proof pennies, particularly those graded PR65 or higher, can sell for $50 to $150 depending on demand and eye appeal. When assessing your coin, closely examine Lincoln's portrait for fine details and the wheat stalks on the reverse. Video 1940 Liberty Wheat Penny lying somewhere in your drawers or an old coin jar. This small piece of copper might just turn the tables for you. You heard that right. This coin, often overlooked and considered ordinary, has shocked collectors on platforms like eBay and major auction sites with some jaw-dropping sale prices. Stick around till the end of the video because you'll not only learn how much it's truly worth today, but also how you can sell yours for the best possible value. The 1940 Liberty Wheat Penny carries with it a fascinating history that connects directly to America's pre-war era. It was minted at a time when the United States was recovering from the Great Depression and gearing up for major industrial changes. The coin was struck primarily at three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with the iconic wheat ears reverse design that represents prosperity and agricultural strength. The obverse still features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, introduced in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday, making the wheat penny Series 1 of the most beloved in U.S. coinage history. 1940, over 586 million of these pennies were minted, which makes it seem like they're common, but here's where things get interesting. While most 1940 wheat pennies are worth only a few cents in circulated condition rare variations, error coins and mint-state examples have sold for astonishing amounts. Coins that have never been touched by human hands or show brilliant luster can easily command hundreds of dollars, and some have reached even higher figures depending on their condition and rarity. Collectors today look for small but powerful details that make all the difference. The 1940S and 1940D versions, especially in pristine condition, or with unique striking errors such as double die obverse or off-center strikes, can significantly increase their market value. For example, listings on eBay show certified MS-67 red specimens fetching between $1,500 to $4,000, depending on the buyer's demand and the coin's visual appeal. Auction sites like Heritage Auctions have reported similar results, where one flawless 1940 wheat penny sold for an impressive price simply due to its untouched surface and sharp strike quality. The coin's copper composition, weighing 3.11 grams, gives it a classic reddish-brown tone that attracts both casual collectors and serious numismatists. Over time, these coins often tone beautifully, gaining even more value if they remain in excellent condition. Another fascinating fact is that this was one of the last few years the U.S. Mint produced copper pennies before switching materials due to World War II metal shortages. That gives the 1940 issue an added layer of historical importance. On platforms like eBay, prices can fluctuate dramatically. A circulated 1940 Liberty Wheat penny. The 1927 Liberty Wheat penny is more than just a cent. It's a living piece of early American history, minted during a time of economic optimism known as the Roaring Twenties. This coin represents an era when the United States was expanding industrially, culturally, and financially, before the Great Depression struck just a few years later. Every 1927 wheat penny carries with it the spirit of that decade, an era of innovation, automobiles, and jazz. The design of this coin is instantly recognizable to collectors. On the front, we see the noble image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to honor Lincoln's 100th birthday. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, breaking away from the traditional symbolic designs of liberty. Around Lincoln's portrait are the words, "In God we trust liberty," and the year 1927. On the reverse, two wheat ears frame the words 1 cent, a design that symbolizes America's agricultural roots and economic growth. The 1927 wheat penny was struck at 3 different U.S. mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia Mint produced the largest number, over 144 million coins, while Denver struck about 27 million and San Francisco produced a little over 14 million. Despite those numbers, finding one in mint condition today is not easy. Most circulated heavily through the economy for decades, losing their luster and detail. Collectors today prize coins that retain their original reddish shine, referred to as red in grading terms. Over time, copper oxidizes, and many 1927 pennies have turned brown or red-brown. Those that remain bright red are far rarer and much more valuable. A typical circulated 1927 penny may only bring 20 to 50 cents, but coins in uncirculated or near-perfect condition have sold for hundreds and sometimes even thousands of dollars. According to recent eBay sales, a mid-1927 Philadelphia Wheat penny in circulated condition sells for around 50 cents to $3, depending on where. However, in mint state red grades, prices jump significantly. For example, an MS65 red 1927 penny has been listed for as high as $600 to $800, while an MS66 red example has reached over $1,000 in auctions. At professional coin auctions, particularly Heritage and Stack's Bowers, rare full red examples have crossed the $2,000 mark. The 1927D and 927S varieties tend to be even more valuable. The San Francisco minted coins, identified by the small s under the date, are known for weaker strikes, making sharply struck examples especially desirable. A 1927S in MS65 red condition is extremely rare and can command prices above $5,000. Even a high-grade 1927D can sell for several $100s when fully red with clean surfaces. Some varieties and mint errors from 1927 are also highly collectible. There have been reports of double-die obverses, repunched mint marks, and lamination errors, all of which can raise the coin's value. 1953 Liberty Wheat Penny. This tiny copper coin sitting quietly in your collection might just turn the tables for you. Many people overlook it, thinking it's just another old penny. But the truth is that this coin has surprised collectors on eBay and major auction sites with its unexpected value. Stick around till the end of the video because we'll talk about exactly how much it's worth today and how you can sell yours safely and profitably. The 1953 Liberty Wheat penny carries a story rooted in America's post-war recovery era. It was struck during a time when the United States was experiencing economic growth and renewal after World War II. The coin's obverse features the timeless portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909 to celebrate his 100th birthday, while the reverse displays the two iconic wheat ears symbolizing prosperity and agricultural strength. This simple yet powerful design ran from 1909 until 1958 and remains one of the most beloved in U.S. coin history. Minted in 3 locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1953 wheat penny comes in 3 varieties. No mint mark for Philadelphia, a D for Denver, and an S for San Francisco. The total mintage exceeded 1 billion coins, making it seem common at first glance. But the real story lies in the details. Collectors hunt for specific conditions, striking errors, and variations that can dramatically increase the coin's value. The Philadelphia issue, with no mint mark, is the most widely available, but in mint state red condition, it can still fetch a few $100. The 1953D from Denver, known for its sharp strikes and high-quality production, often brings impressive prices when certified at higher grades. Meanwhile, the 1953S, minted in San Francisco, is known for lower mintages and slightly weaker strikes, but examples with brilliant luster are highly prized. Now, when it comes to pricing according to online platforms, the range is surprisingly wide. On eBay, circulated examples typically sell for around 10 to 50 cents. However, coins graded by PCGS or NGC in top condition, especially MS67, red, have been listed and sold for over $2,000. Some sellers have seen bidding wars push these coins even higher, particularly when the color, strike, and surfaces are flawless. Auction records from heritage auctions and great collections confirm that a few rare 1953 wheat pennies have fetched prices exceeding $5,000 when they were nearly perfect specimens. Collectors also look for fascinating errors that can send values soaring. Double-die obverse varieties, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks can all significantly boost a coin's market price. One notable 1953D with a strong repunched mint mark once sold online for several $100s, and coins with visible die cracks or lamination. Errors are also considered rare collectibles. The composition of the 1953 wheat penny, 1949 Liberty Wheat Penny. This small coin from America's past might just turn the tables for you. What appears to be a simple copper penny in your change jar could actually be worth far more than you think. Many collectors on eBay and auction platforms are paying surprising amounts for this coin, especially those rare and well-preserved examples. So stay tuned till the end of the video, because I'll reveal how much it's really worth today and how you can sell it to get the best price for it. The 1949 Liberty Wheat penny carries a deep connection to America's post-war history. Produced just 4 years after World War II ended, this coin reflects a time of recovery, industrial growth, and renewed hope across the nation. Minted from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, it weighs 3.11 grams and bears the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait first appeared in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and quickly became one of the most iconic designs in U.S. coinage. The reverse of the coin features 2 wheat ears arching along the sides with the inscription 1 cent in the center, symbolizing America's agricultural strength and the prosperity of its people. The 1949 wheat penny also has some interesting varieties and minting errors that collectors hunt for. Examples with double die obverse features, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes can be worth much more than regular issues. These unique varieties are often sold for hundreds of dollars online, depending on how visible and rare the error is. A 1949D with a strong repunched mint mark once sold for over $400 on eBay. Even coins with small die cracks or lamination flaws can attract attention from collectors who specialize in minting anomalies. By 1949, the U.S. Mint had perfected the production of copper cents, meaning that most of these coins were struck sharply and clearly. That's why collectors value this year for its clean detail and quality. The transition from the war years meant the mint was back to using consistent metal compositions after temporary changes made during World War II, such as the steel cents of 1943. So the 1949 wheat penny symbolizes America's return to normalcy and economic strength. When comparing values on eBay, you'll see huge differences between ordinary circulated coins and certified mint state ones. A typical worn 1949 penny might fetch 25 cents, while a bright uncirculated MS-65 coin can go for $50 to $150. The most valuable pieces, especially those with rich red surfaces and no contact marks, are listed for thousands. Some auction listings have even reported sales close to $5,000 for coins in near-perfect grade. One factor that adds charm to the 1949 wheat penny is its age, being more than most examples. If you have a 1945 Liberty wheat penny lying somewhere in your collection, or maybe tucked away in an old drawer, this coin might just turn the tables for you. Believe it or not, this small piece of copper could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and mint mark. So stick around till the end of this video, because we'll uncover how valuable your 1945 Liberty wheat penny can really be according to eBay listings, online platforms and major auctions, plus how you can actually sell it for top dollar. The 1945 wheat penny is one of the last war-era coins produced by the United States Mint. During this period, copper was a critical resource for ammunition and military supplies, but the Mint still managed to produce millions of these pennies using leftover metal alloys. The coin features the classic Abraham Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the 2 wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and strength. While millions were minted, the secret lies in the details. Mint marks, condition and errors make all the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and one worth thousands. Now, let's talk about where these coins came from. In 1945, the U.S. Mint struck these wheat pennies in 3 major locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify them by checking for a small D or S under the date on the front of your coin. A 1945 penny with no mint mark was made in Philadelphia. Generally, The San Francisco and Denver issues tend to attract more attention among collectors, but some error coins from Philadelphia have surprised many experts at auctions. One of the reasons collectors chase after the 1945 wheat penny is its connection to the end of World War. ThAN, this coin symbolizes America's return to peace and prosperity. For that reason alone, well-preserved coins hold significant historical and sentimental value. But when it comes to actual market prices, things get even more interesting. If you check eBay today, circulated 1945, wheat pennies usually sell for anywhere between 10 cents and a few dollars. However, uncirculated examples in mint condition can fetch anywhere from $50 to $100, depending on their grading. Coins certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can command higher prices, especially if they're designated 1957 Liberty wheat penny lying around in a jar, drawer, or even loose in your change. You might be sitting on more than just a piece of history. You could be holding a coin that's worth a significant amount of money. What seems like an ordinary penny might surprise you with it, because we'll uncover exactly what a 1957 Liberty wheat penny is worth according to eBay, online auctions and collector platforms. And I'll also explain how you can sell yours for the best price. Liberty wheat penny, also known as the wheat cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features a detailed portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse showcases two stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent and United States of America. By 195, this coin had already been circulating for nearly half Americans. In 1957, the Lincoln wheat penny was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with the Denver Mint carrying the D Mint mark. While millions of these pennies were produced that year, the value of any specific coin depends heavily on its condition, rarity, and any special features or errors it may have. Circulated coins are usually worth only a few cents over face value, but coins preserved in uncirculated condition or with unusual minting characteristics can fetch much higher prices. One of the most sought-after features for collectors is the coin's condition. Coins that are uncirculated with crispable. A 1957 wheat penny in MS-63 condition might sell for $2 to $5, but higher grades like MS-65 or MS-66 can reach $15 to $30. Coins with exceptional eye appeal, attractive toning, or strong luster can sometimes exceed even these values. Errors in minting dramatically increase a coin's value. For example, double-die obverse pennies off-center strikes or repunched mint marks from 1957 can fetch hundreds of dollars. A notable 1957 D penny with a double-die obverse sold for over $250 on eBay, showing just how valuable even small minting mistakes can be for collectors. Full wheat detail and sharply struck fields further increase desirability, particularly for those seeking to complete registry collections. Market data from eBay and auction platforms indicate that 1957 wheat pennies in circulated condition generally sell for between cents and $1, depending on the coin's overall appearance. Uncirculated examples or coins with rare errors significantly outperform the market, with some selling for hundreds of dollars. Coins certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC can command even higher premiums, as certification assures buyers of authenticity and quality.